Let's worship. Worship sessions. No matter what I'm seeing in the world today, I gotta stop and give you praise. Cause Jesus Christ, you the Lord of all lords, the King of all kings, you the one that took my sins away. Oh yeah, you are high and exalted, worthy of all praise. You alone, Lord, yeah, it's true.
Worship, music wasn't even really that big of a deal at all. And if anybody knows Dave, you know, Dave couldn't sing his way out of a wet paper bag. So he didn't think it was really, you know, all that elementary, that important to it. Walt could sing and I played guitar, but really it wasn't so much worship as it was just, you know, some sing-alongs and do some clappy things and some movement, you know, a lot of sort of campy songs. And that was kind of the beginning of it.
So
and
Hugh obviously had all kinds of fun skills with games and music and all that. And like I have no music skills, but I had the skill of being able to lead a good discussion. So in the early days, we had lots of discussions about topics. And so we'd be bringing God's Word to the discussion.
God is greater, our God is stronger, God, you are higher than any other.
The things that changed is some of the strategies we use, the music changed. When we first started out, we did less worship music and more what we would call, radio music, secular music.
I think Big House has changed for two reasons. One is high school kids have changed. And so that's one reason it has to keep changing. And the other reason Big House has changed a lot is because the size keeps getting bigger and bigger. And so you can't do with 300 kids what I used to do with 40 kids. You can't do that. You can't have a discussion, let's talk about a topic. So that's one of the ways it's changed. It's changed because high school kids have figured out they enjoy worship, and then where they want to discuss things today is in small groups. And so that's one of the things that's changed it, and then just the size.
Music, secular music, cover songs. That's what we started out doing. Teenagers like that, and then they really had a yearning for worship, and so Big House started just doing worship music. And so I think the music, the quality and the energy has always been there, but the different styles that we've used has changed.
And then something really important, I think this is what God did. There was, I think, a season about maybe 12, 15 years ago where worship, the intentionality of worship, particularly contemporary worship, really started to like grow. So then it became, you know, not only me and a guitar, but maybe someone else. The two of us would be playing. And then we'd have maybe somebody playing piano. I remember there was a guy named Nathaniel Parrish. So it'd be me on guitar, him on piano, and then maybe there was somebody else that played the violin. And so we'd put together some songs. And again, worship became more and more an important component of particularly music and worship in some of the programs that we did. And it just kind of took off and grew from there. Early on, it was a lot of adults. So now, I remember it was a huge deal. It was a huge deal when all of a sudden I looked back and I was leading a band that had mostly students in it. And now I love the fact that there are worship bands that won't hardly have any adults in it. I mean, I love the fact that at Big House there literally can be, and at Chaos, but particularly at Big House or at Basic, the college, there can be a band that's completely comprised of worship leaders, worship musicians that are all students. And so God's done great things.
And you alone the blessed. I lift my hands high to the only majestic. The light that shine in the dark to save man. So